It's Madden NFL 22, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Bears and the Dolphins, and it's coming up next.
It is a tropical, hot summer afternoon, so staying hydrated going to be key for the players, the fans, even the commentators as we are at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. This crowd a few minutes ago stirred into action at the side of their Dolphins emerging from the Hard Rock Stadium tunnels, and we are ready to go as the Dolphins get set to match up with the Chicago Bears. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at our two quarterbacks in this one, it's really a good matchup when you boil it down. Justin Fields of the Bears, Tua Tagovailoa of the Dolphins.
And I think for me, and this isn't an original thought by any stretch, and probably for these two head coaches as well, the key for them is going to be limiting the turnovers, limiting the free possessions. I mean, this isn't saying anything you don't already know, but you've got to be able to make the most out of your drives and see if your defense can help you out and take the ball away from the other team and give you a few extras.
Santos now ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Miami. And the opening kickoff will not be returned as that will be a touchback. The Dolphins take the field with Tua Tagovailoa, their quarterback from Alabama, at the helm.
And for all the collegiate success he had, highest passer efficiency rating by a mile, he's a guy who's had to share up detractors at the professional level, but I do like his poise, I do like his moxie, and I love his accuracy.
Now the former Washington Husky, here's Myles Gaskin, and he'll work this forward for about 3 and second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Gaskin again on second down. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Tagovailoa going to try and throw on third down. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bears sack. Akeem Hicks in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. And he'll get this away into the humid Florida sky. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Bears take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
Coming out of Ohio State, one of the top prospects in the NFL draft, and it was so big that they moved up in the draft to get him, to make sure that they had him. And boys, he got the full package. Loves the game, big-time arm, 4.4 speed, so good that another quarterback prospect said to him, "What's it feel like to run 4.4? Everybody wants to be that fast."
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 46-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. To throw is Fields. His throw incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Fields. That'll be taken in by Damiere Byrd. And he will have the Bears' first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'm not an old defender, but I've got to give credit where credit's due. That was smart play calling right there on 3rd and 4. They didn't need to do too much. Just let their guy get out there and sit down in the zone. And they hit him for the completion for the first down.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Running left, Montgomery. And he's taken down inside the 30.
Let's go. Stop you, dog. I feel you.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Fields on first down. Flushed out right. And Fields going to have the first down before sliding to a halt to avoid the contact.
Let's go.
Charles, in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
I think it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right, because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and they have done it here. Look at what he's bringing to their offense, and now as a defensive coordinator, you've got some extra work to do to prepare for him and their offense.
They'll run with Montgomery. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Bears have taken the early lead. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. after the touchdown. Here's Santos to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So Miami coming out for their second drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Gaskin. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
From the 39, Tua. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Robert Quinn just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Well, I think that time he just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times do we talk about complementary football? And we're usually talking about, does the offense help the defense? Does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain amount of time to get rid of the football. They can only do so much. On this play, he took them to the limits.
He's letting this one go for Fuller. He's got a man complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. After 7-0, RDA Sports. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On the jet sweep, here comes Waddle. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Akeem Hicks that time on the tackle.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Here's 2nd and 10. A play fake for Gaskin. Now Tua. This is caught. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Will Fuller, 28 yards. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
As a former defender, I would be angry as well. Could not get off the field. Well-executed offensive drive. No matter what the defense tried, they couldn't stop them.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. That time a 6-play drive, and it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
On first down, Fields swings this out here for Cohen. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam coming out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. A shotgun snap, Fields. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. So the completion good for 6 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball and pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short. That's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school smash mouth football. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Montgomery. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
From the 41, Fields. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that, bro?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 49-yard line. Fields now to throw. And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
On 2nd down, it's Montgomery. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. He'll get only 3 there, so he leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Fields. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier Howard. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Tagovailoa, and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Eddie Goldman busting through to get him for a loss of 6. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And they will score. Pick 6 for the Bears. Touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Now the point after try for Santos. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Takes it at the 7. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right at the 29. Tua and the rest of the Dolphin offense back out on the field. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it. 58 to Mike.
Tagovailoa trying again after the pick 6. He's got Fuller. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Tua going to try and go quickly here. From the 38, Tua. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki.
They got a completion there. That's clearly an example of one side happy, the other side not very happy. Defense, very hey, take 1 or 2 yards. We're good with that. Offense, you got to expect to get more on the passing play.
Tua now on first down. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. Tua setting up shop to throw again. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Setting to throw on first down is Tua. And throw right side complete to Parker. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up for the first and goal.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. Caught on the slant. Touchdown, Dolphins. Will Fuller on the receiving end of the touchdown pass from Tua. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Sanders now to add the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all now up at 14. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. But the Bears going to take over now late in this first half, and they'll have 50 seconds to work with, so that really plenty of time to try to put something together. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Here's Fields. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. A big play there just before halftime. We saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
And for a while when this place opened, all the talk was about punts hitting the Giants scoreboard here in Arlington. I don't think we ever heard about a pass hitting the scoreboard, but that's probably about as close as you're going to get. That one was way up there.
And that wound up traveling at even 58 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Back to throw, Fields. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Raekwon Davis never giving up. He works his way to the QB for a loss of 12. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. First order of business, though. Let's get a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Chicago. And in a tie ball game, they've got to be asking themselves, what can we do to get this passing game on track for the second half to come? Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they too found some success throwing the football. But I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. And the Bears offense set to go to begin the third quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Third quarter starting with a run from Montgomery. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 53 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They run, Montgomery. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Play action. It's Fields. Man open. It's Goodwin. 7 yards to pick up there. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket. that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. Just they move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket. Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him. Find him.
On third down, they go Montgomery. Oh, it springs free. Montgomery loses it. And the Dolphins have got it. And now, after coughing up the football, serious concerns on that sideline. Their defense surrenders the tying touchdown to start the third quarter, and now the offense follows that up by committing the turnover.
And I think you're sensing the exact same thing that I'm sensing, that the energy, much different here in the second half. We talk about it a lot, but you can feel it kind of rippling through the stadium, and it's affecting the players.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
We're going to shut you down.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that challenge, a successful one. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, Fields. The Dolphins get there this time and they bring him down. Emmanuel Ogba that time able to drop him for a loss. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage, well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. Another try after the first down sack. Fields. Pass complete to Bird out right here. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
Fields to throw on 3rd and 1. Buying time to his left. And Fields going to have the first down before sliding to a halt to avoid the contact.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep.
He's taken down at the 17-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8 coming up. Now Montgomery running right. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 75 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
It's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Fields. And he's got his man. That's Robinson. Touchdown Bears. A 9-yard touchdown there. And the Bears have broken the tie. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Santos now to add the PAT. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. A drive that time of 6 plays, and the end result is a Bears touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. From the 10. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Eddie Goldman picks up his second sack of the afternoon. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And this came from the interior of the defensive line. And these guys, they're normally anchors of that spot. And they don't often get clear shots at the quarterback. But in this case, he got past the center and the guard in no time and got there to make the play.
Finding Gaskin underneath. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the fourth. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for third down. Looking to pass. Tua. It's complete to Fuller. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
This is Gaskin on the carry. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Tua sets up to pass it. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. Got a man that's caught at the 6-yard line. And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Toward the pylon, caught, and just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down. Great footwork there, Charles, to dot the I, stay in bounds, get both feet in. He's probably thinking, though, man, I made a catch like that close to the end zone. I should have scored.
Yeah, there's always a regret when you're that close to the goal line. But let's go back to what you talked about before. Getting his feet down. Would you say dotting the I? I can cross the T as well. That was excellent footwork to get in bounds and make a great catch.
Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Gaskin again, and he takes it into the end zone for a Dolphin touchdown. Myles Gaskin, excellent work there to get in on the touchdown run. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Sanders on for the extra point. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it was capped off by a Myles Gaskin touchdown run. Kicks away. This is Jakeem Grant. And able to get this out to the 25. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. And his throw is going to be incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin. That'll bring up 2nd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Now this one complete on the slant route. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
I like what I'm seeing from them here. A tie game in the 4th quarter. They understand the situation. They don't need to be in any rush. Go ahead and huddle up and run your offense. That last completion put them in a nice position to take the lead in this game.
One play action, Fields. That's complete to Mooney. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He really flew to the football.
And that is a situation where in a defender's mind, you just have to pick a point on the football field and think to yourself, I'm going to sprint full out and meet him at that point. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but he had to play diagnose perfectly there.
On second down, Montgomery pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game. From the gun, here's Fields. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Now a first down throw, Fields. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On second down now. It's Montgomery. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Bears with a football here as we welcome you back. And they're facing a big 3rd down now in this tie ball game. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. So a big one coming now for Cairo Santos. This for the lead in the final stages. He's got the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. What a tough spot to miss a kick. Just an absolute letdown.
Look, they got themselves in the field goal range, gave them a chance to take the lead. They come up empty, and now you wonder, will their offense ever see the football again?
Yeah, because on the other side, one through the post, and this thing could be over. Miami set to take over. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Tua to throw. Completes it to the tight end, Smythe. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
First down now, but that clock rolling. Tua. Going deep here for Parker. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A big play there for the Dolphins.
That's a well-thrown ball pays off because he's got to be able to get the ball both downfield and to the sideline, and that's one of the more difficult throws for a quarterback, and he put it right where it needed to be.
And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw, as this play will stand as is. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. Here's Gaskin. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Another run with Gaskin, and he will take it in. The Dolphins touchdown. Myles Gaskin, second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins are looking to tie as they take the lead.
And that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock and I'm thinking, there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced a 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and they will take a 7-point lead. To the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Jakeem Grant now to return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So now Fields and the Bears down 28-21, 1:07 remaining. They need a touchdown to the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Into the secondary, past the 40. And Fields going to have the first down before sliding to a halt to avoid the contact.
How many times have we seen this late in the 4th quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
First down now, but that clock rolling. Back to throw. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And that one nearly intercepted. That would have sealed it. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. They took their shot for the end zone, almost cost him.
And he made the right play there, knocking it away. But boy, it looked like he had a chance to come down with the football. And if he does that, this thing is over. Instead, he leaves him out there with another chance.
They'll look to throw. And his throw here is incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here? Or is it just off just by
about to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. They snap it to Fields. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. Victory very likely now for the Dolphins as they take a knee here. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Down to an knee goes Tua, and that should just about do it. A great come-from-behind victory in this one, Charles, and really the difference, obviously, was that 4th quarter. They dominated.
And it has to start with believing that you can make that comeback. Because we've been in games before. We've done games where you can just look at one team and realize they have no chance of making it back. Not in the one we just saw here. They did it, and they did it well.